Well, hello there, everybody. This video is about the wonderful MTSS procedures we have in place at D6 Online Academy, and this amazing flow chart by yours, Ashley Julian, or a secondary counselor. So, as you can see here, we have a flow chart that shows the progression of our Tier 1 support systems and going from teachers doing what they normally do in their classrooms, trying to support students, to noticing students are performing below their target levels in spite of their efforts, trying to contact parents, not working out, talk to other teachers, can't figure it out. And we actually fill out a request for a student success meeting. And we do that meeting and we come up together as a team with some strategies to try. And then we begin to do targeted classroom interventions for a period of 4 to 6 weeks. And with fidelity, we do that while maintaining a log of our interventions and its results. We also keep parents in the loop so they're not surprised that their kids are involved in a Tier 1 process. And we continue meeting with that success team if necessary. And eventually, if the student is successful, we continue the intervention and life is all good. But if there is no improvement, we gotta to do something different. We try a second intervention and complete the whole thing again. And again, we're going to explain to parents what the MTSS process is like, the data that we're gathering, and what we're seeing, keeping them in the loop. And hopefully this time around, the intervention works. But if it doesn't, we actually go into Tier 2. So in Tier 2, we fill out a secondary MTSS referral form, and we meet formally as an MTSS team with all MTSS leads and part of the support team. We invite parents if possible and desired. And even if we don't, we actually communicate, or if parents can't come, we communicate to them what happened in the intervention and how we decided to proceed. Now, at this level, the interventions are more targeted than before. We're working directly in either really small groups or individually with the students. And we're going to try to apply the interventions for 8 to 12 weeks, again with fidelity, and logging all data in EduClimber this time. And data from level 1 interventions will also be logged at this point using the help of the MTSS lead. We schedule follow-up meetings for the intervention with the MTSS team, and we judge whether or not intervention is being successful. But if no improvement is seen, we repeat the process for a second cycle, doing a different kind of intervention. After the Tier 2 interventions are no longer successful, we move on to Tier 3. Tier 3 escalation is when we bring the entire village, special education, counselors, administration, all the teachers that teach their students, and maybe some that don't, to try to get some ideas on what we can do. And this will be something individually tailored to students' needs. And at this point, we're collecting data for a possible referral for special services. So this MTSS chart also links to these little awesome ideas for interventions. And throughout the year, we'll create even more links on this spreadsheet that goes towards the interventions themselves. And there's lots of different ideas that we're using for both academic and behavior interventions for Tier 2 and 1. The reason that Tier 3 is not in there is only because we're going to have to create an engineer solution for that particular student at that point. Now, the student success team is the first layer of that intervention process, meets every Wednesday from 3:20 to 4 o'clock, even if there isn't a student that has been nominated. And the MTSS leads will be present to guide productive conversations, and we'll have a timekeeper and a logger that's going to help us get that done. And then the same team meets again on Thursday after school if there isn't any MTSS referrals or follow-ups that are actually happening. But if there are, then we do that instead. And then only the teachers that need to be a part of that meeting are invited. So this is a really awesome MTSS process that we're going to implement this year, more in line with things that other schools are doing in our district, because we are not going to let any student fall behind. We're all going to navigate to success.